So supply is what we can do as a profession to help ourselves. We can listen to podcasts, we can go to conferences, we can attend courses, we can do research, we can use AI, we can educate ourselves so that we can be better prepared for whatever reality comes through. The other part of it, though, is what organizations expect from us. And we also play a role in that side of the equation. So I think we need to be very clear on what we see our future as being and work to build alignment with our key stakeholders in advance so that, again, we're not on the business end of somebody else's decision. So I'm also realistic to know that not every single HR person has the agency or the interest or even the environment with which to have that conversation and have it be productive. So I think if you want to look at this in broad strokes, I think it comes down to understanding where you are, understanding where you want to be, and trying to be thoughtful about closing the gap with the resources that are available to you. And if you have the ability to influence an outcome at your workplace, with your boss, with your finance department, your IT department, start talking about that stuff now. Start having conversations now to be part of the discussion. It doesn't need to be on the lens of I'm trying to save my job or my team's workforce, but it could be we want to be part of introducing AI with humanity. We want to help company make money, and if we're a for-profit business, we want to drive our share price value and all those things, and we don't want to do it at the expense of the people in the organization. So how do we find that sweet spot in between? The best time to have that conversation is today. The next best time is tomorrow. At some point, though, it will be too late. So if I was in that position, if I was a CHRO, I would have already been having those conversations already with my board, with my CEO, with my CFO and CIO, and we'd have a roadmap that we would have all built together. It may not be exactly what I would have wanted, but at least I would have had some influence. Versus knock, 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 hey, Matt, we had a decision. You weren't present for that meeting, but we've decided that your department's cut by 25%, and we're going to cut, and we're going to introduce everyone's going to have their own agent, and they're all going to report into IT, and we're going to use that to track your work and your productivity and your ROI to the business, and we'll make decisions based on the AI's feedback going forward in terms of your performance, in addition to your colleagues and your boss. So I don't want to be in that situation, so I want to get ahead of that conversation. That's what I'd recommend that people do. And at this point in time, Jason, there are so many good sources out there. But what I would challenge people around is go to the source wherever possible, because a lot of this information that we're seeing is just a digestion and a repackaging of somebody else's information too. So if you can get to the Sam Altmans at OpenAI and talk to Satya Nadella at and other large organizations and just figure out who the big companies are and what the big companies are doing and use that as a guide rail, that at least begins to tell you some of the possibilities.